Welcome to my first video battle report in a while. We're doing Bretonnians versus High Elves at 2,250 points. This is in the last 2 weeks of 7th edition, so I figured I'd dig out all my old armies, give them each a game for a great send-off to 7th. My army that I ran today was the Bretonnians, and I took pictures of the army. It was spread out over the table before I deployed, so we'll go over it a little bit. We have my trebuchet. We've got 5 each 2 units of the mounted yeomen, 11 men-at-arms that were kind of there to hold a corner, 2 damsels, 1 on horse, 1 on foot, a lord in white on the right there with a sword for fighting big monsters, and the Grail Vow and a 1-up reroll armor save, and then I had my BSB on the right with the Virtue Duty and a sword. I also had 2 units of, this is from left to right, I had 2 units of Knights Errant. I had a unit of 7 Knights of the Realm with full command and the War Banner. That's the greenish unit. I had the Spider-Man looking unit there is it's going to be 8 Knights of the Realm with full command, and I had 3 Pegasus Knights with no command. I also, you can see in the box, I've got something like 20 skirmishing peasant bowmen with braziers, and I also have 6 on the left, 6 Grail Knights. This is Colin's army. He was my opponent. He's a great opponent as always. He had a small unit of Blade Masters, a large unit of White Lions, and a large unit of Phoenix Guard. He had Dragon Knights, a couple units of Archers, a smaller unit of White Lions, a Star Dragon, and 2 Bolt Throwers. And his Lord's on the Star Dragon, obviously. So in deployment, you can see his Star Dragon is in the corner, as are my Pegasus Knights. And I had a funny idea I was going to try for that, so hopefully it would work out. I've got some peasants on horses scattered over the table, as well as my couple big blocks kind of in a group with the peasant bowmen in the middle. You can't see them, but my damsel on foot, my men-at-arms, and my trebuchet are all the way on the far side of the board opposite the dragon. That's why he put the dragon there. So you can see a little bit better there the other peasants and the trebuchet. And on his side you can see he's got the Dragon Knights and some White Lions. And then he continues on his line, down his line with the Sword Masters, and he's got his Bolt Throwers and his Archers up on the hill near the dragon. And yeah, here's another shot. This is the Phoenix Guard. This is after my first round of shooting. I've knocked down a couple Phoenix Guard and a couple White Lions, which is not anything to get too excited about, but for peasant shooting and random trebuchet across the board into a unit full of ward saves, it's not awful. I'll take it. You can see my movement here. It's a fairly awful picture, for which I apologize, but generally scooted everything up. My main thing was I may have been mistaken when I said this earlier, but I put the War Banner and the BSB with the Virtue of Duty into the blue and red unit of Knights on the left. And so I was trying to draw out his Dragon Knights because I knew that he would have a BSB in there. I had a feeling he would have a BSB in there, and he would have the banner of D6 Combat Resolution, and that would make a big difference. I moved the other units up, and on the right I moved my Pegasus Knights up to try to bait his dragon. And I had a feeling, which came true, that his dragon was within 20 inches of the woods on my side of the board. Then when he charged it, I fled with the Pegasus Knights, even though I'm told that's terribly unfluffy, and managed to just make his dragon land in the woods, which is huge for me because I don't have a lot in this army. I don't have the vow to take out large targets, and I don't have the ability to take out that Star Dragon very easily without some real luck. So getting that out of commission for a turn or two is a huge deal for me, and it worked out. You can see that his Dragon Knights took the bait and charged my BSB unit, so that's big for me. And you can see my Grail Knights I've set them up to countercharge if I can hold. So hopefully I'll be able to. And you can see his shooting has taken a toll on the mounted yeomen, but that's kind of what they're there for, because they're peasants and all, so it works out. And this is the crown jewel of my accomplished thinking here, is the Star Dragon stuck in woods for at least a turn or two. He's just clipped in there. My Pegasus Knights managed not to flee off the board, so it really worked out perfectly for me. And you can see the combat here where my my BSB's unit in red and blue is fighting his Dragon Knights. I lost a few guys. I think he lost his champions. I lost by one, managed to hold. So all of a sudden, instead of he had expected to just steamroll over me, his big combat res unit met my combat res unit and managed to stick. And on this side of the board, things are just moved up, and I'm ready to take a good charge at him next time. And this is what happens when the Grail Knights come in on the flank of the Dragon Knights. It really doesn't work out very well for the Dragon Knights. I think my BSB went a little crazy and killed some folk, and the Grail Knights really did some work as well, so that worked out well. His Dragon Knights fled, and I managed to chase him down, although it led to a bit of a traffic jam. And this is the traffic jam, which you can see. Unfortunately, my general's unit in the light blue and gold with the damsel on horse, they're gonna get stuck on those white lions for a while. They keep winning combat, but the white lions really aren't going to go anywhere, and we're not killing enough. And the Grail Knights and the Knights of the Realm are really out of position at this point. So yeah, this is, I guess, another shot of that, and you can see I'm whittling down the white lions, not as quickly as I'd like to.